to introduce to the stage Paulina.
How many of you would like to be successful or to continue being successful? Hands up. In secret, I really hesitated whether to begin my speech with that question because it's so cliched. But case in point, it resonates. It resonates. Before I start, I'd like us to take literally a moment just to capture the first thing that comes to mind when I say the word success. Let's do it. Because I know quite a few of you here, I have a feeling that for many of us, what came to mind wouldn't have been anything material. It could have been having a voice. We're all about having a voice here at Pony, about being respected, being appreciated in your industry. It could have been about having a successful business, a successful relationship. It could have been about leaving something behind when you're gone. Whatever your perception of success, what a typical success coach out there would have you believe that what you're aiming for on your journey is that feeling of a blissful cruise, that feeling of continuous inspiration. There may be an occasional blip as you go up the mountain of glory, like a rainy day when you forgot your umbrella, but once you're there, life spreads ahead of you like the most exciting tree. You've got wind in your sails, and there is inspirational music playing in the background. And there's an exciting surprise around every corner. Or is there? Is there really? Tonight, I am dismantling success. I'm stripping it down to its guts, to the dirty stuff. The stuff that pictures of people on their new boats, pictures of people on their wedding day, pictures of people, their shiny corporate profiles will not mention. But the stuff that you either already experience or you'll experience very, very soon. The sooner, the more ambitious you are. The stuff that can actually damage you unless you're patient, resilient, and you have a group of people around you who love you and support you. This is actually a big moment for me as a speaker on this stage tonight, as I'm going to talk about things that I have never spoken about from stage. I think there comes a moment for every speaker where you just know you have to speak up about something in particular, and tonight is the night for me. And here it comes. I feel incredibly frustrated and sometimes very, very angry with the inspirational speaking industry. What we like to portray from stage, and I'm so guilty of that, I've done it so many times, is charisma, brilliance, that unflawed image of success. I don't know about you, but I love to impress people. I do. I love this warm glow that comes after a speech well done, where perhaps somebody comes to you and says, "How did you do that? That was awesome. How did you get to this place?" And there's a part of me, a shameful part, that enjoys that and thinks that maybe this is a reward for everything that I had to do to get to a place where I am. But there's something else. A lot of you here know me, know who I am. I am a business owner. I happen to have started a company that these days employs 28 people. We are nearly 3 million turnover. Most people out there, when they come to my talk to give the story of the success of my company or my personal success, I sometimes feel that perhaps it's okay if these people don't know anything about that difficult stuff. That perhaps for them, it's fine. Perhaps for them, I can keep out that image. But those people, later on, go off on their personal journeys of success, and I am personally responsible for everything that goes wrong in these people's lives if I let them leave the room with this particular image of success as a blissful cruise. I feel that kind of inspirational public speaker is not ethical, and it is not of service. I think we're onto something here in Pawnee, something that I like to define when I'm thinking about it, or something that I've given a working title of successful and real, a little bit of a different way. And I'll tell you what that means to me. Firstly, it means being brave. It means being really brave about things like paralyzing self-doubt. That doesn't go away when you've made your first real money or when you've built your team, but sometimes it increases as the responsibility increases. Secondly, it means being truthful about the tough things in your position, on your team, in your industry. Being truthful about those things even if nobody asks directly. Why? Not to be pessimistic, but to be actually of service to those people in the audience who aspire to be you, who aspire to be in your position one day. And thirdly, it's about specific details. Specific details that will reveal you're perhaps not a person who's got it all together. That you're perhaps not a person who's dealt with all the painful side of personal development. And it probably would be really double-faced of me if I didn't give you something really deep, a specific detail. So here it comes. Recently, a good friend of me described me as a successful entrepreneur who loves what they do. My company gets government funding for the technology industry. Can I honestly say that every day of my working life is a blissful cruise on the ocean of love for what I do? No. No. For quite a few reasons. I'll give you an example. I struggle emotionally with the uncertainties and the risks that go with a high-growth company. Secondly, I'm a creative person. I'm bonkers. I like to move around, like a lot of you here. There are routine aspects of my job that I don't like. But a growing company is all about process, routine, doing things in a certain way. Thirdly, I love the people that I work with. But I faced conflicts with some of those people, smaller conflicts, bigger conflicts, that forced me to make leaps in personal development that were hugely uncomfortable. Sometimes I failed to be the better person. Sometimes I questioned if I'm worthy of being the founder or the leader that people look up to. By the way, I've said all of this knowing there's at least one person from my team here in the audience, so to all the business leaders in the room, feel free to treat this speech as a manual of how to best shoot yourself in the foot as a leader. Mr. Donald Trump would never do that. But to put all of this aside, I've talked about hard stuff, about difficult stuff. It's been very important for me. What I'm really trying to say here, what I'm really trying to say is that I believe in a world where success isn't used as a tool to lure those who are feeling unworthy. I believe in a world where leaders are vulnerable and brave, particularly from stage. I believe that I can be a public speaker that is successful and real.
With success comes responsibility.
And a lot of dirty shit.
I like that, I like that. Would we like to do some feedback there?
On that note,
You're jumping all over it,
I
aren't you?
am fucking kicked ass.
Woo.
I've heard you speak a number of times now, and I know that today in particular you was quite nervous because you was going to get really real. This is what speaking is all about. This is what authenticity to me is all about. Life is fucking ugly sometimes. I feel really emotional about this because I know Pal, and this is massive. You can be a fantastic leader and have shit times. You can be a fantastic anything, and life is like that. And there is too much. I spoke about it today. There's too many people. I'm getting really emotional. Too many people try to project this perfect lifestyle, and life isn't perfect. We are awesome. We are perfect. We were born perfect, but we have all this shit that goes on in our mind. And keep doing that. Keep talking about the stuff that pisses you off. Keep talking about the stuff that goes around your head and circles in your stomach, because that is the most composed, the most powerful, the most, I can't even put it into words that I've ever heard you.
Thank you.
And you will rock the stage all over the world, in the business world. Because there's too
Hopefully in a humble way.
No, because people need to hear it. There's going to be something like 10 million entrepreneurs in the next 10 years. And so many of those people are chasing shiny baubles. And we need to get really real. I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, your stretch is find something else that pisses you off. Find something else that hurts you and talk about it. Did everyone in there feel that in their heart? Did you absolutely feel that in the heart? I could feel the energy just sitting there of the guys in between me, because they were like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. And that, if you can crack people open with truth, you enable them to heal. They won't have to go through the shit that you've gone through, because you're going to teach them about it first. It is our duty to take that lift down, put people in it, and bring people up. I heard that quote here, actually. Someone else used that. One of the other judges. So yeah, just keep talking about the shit. Yeah.
It pisses me off, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just am so proud of you. Well done. Thank you.
It's the first time I've seen you speak.
Good.
My first impression was just how present you were, how much, I love the word, what Claire said, authenticity. It was just exuding from your presence. It really was. I think that the fact that you're successful within your business, the fact that I think your message is going to be a message which is going to provide you with a real niche out there. Because exactly what you said is true. Everyone within, not everyone, but the majority of the industry is just focused on the rah, glamour, everything's going to be fine. And you're coming with the real, from an element, an angle which is like, no, it's not all roses. This is what I've done, and this is what it's like. You understand? And the message is so powerful because you're coming from the centre. It's quite interesting with your speech where I was waiting for you to get to that part at the end where you saw the 1 minute and you was like, oh, I need to kind of conclude what my point was. Just you could be a bit more smoother in terms of getting to that. So you're bringing, even though your message is one of realism, you still want to make sure that you are leaving people on a high note at the end, which you did. But just it could just been a little bit smoother.
Yeah. It took longer than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not actually going to come over to you because I don't think I need to. Because it's funny, because I was hearing you talk. I remember when we first met years ago when it was way at the beginning. You were just like, hi, I'm Paulina, I'm Roundtree, and this is Daniel. And really right at the beginning, and I've seen your journey grow. But I've seen you within Pony Grow as well. And what's really nice to see, and it's just going to echo a little bit what you guys, I've seen the, hi, I'm Pow,
Yep.
kind of the banter, the piratey, the banterous Pow. But today I've seen Pow, the impact Pow, the powerful Pow, right?
Thank you.
And that is, you know, we all love that side of you, by the way. Like, But this is so grounding. I remember that's like one of the challenges I set you last time I saw you. Is let's see that soft side to you. And now we've seen it, and I'm like, it's absolutely I've got goosebumps saying, it's absolutely mesmerizing seeing you in that space. And you are far more powerful here than here.
Yeah, I know.
Now, no, don't take that away from you.
No,
that's a
because
big
it's
part of
kind of
you.
making
Yeah,
up for
exactly.
like being scared, you know. Yeah, that's me. You know.
But this, now my stretch for you is take this talk onto TEDx, take this talk onto the big stages, put that video onto YouTube, start getting this message out there, because I agree with your frustration, and anyone seeing me speak, you know, I talk about the real aspects of success. I'm not as far down to run a £3 million turnover company. However, people need to hear more of this, but they need to hear it from women, all right? And I say that with love, guys, but there's not enough women speaking about this. And as a woman that's vulnerable and powerful, and someone that's out there that's doing it, done it, more women need to speak up. And that's why I'd like highly encourage you to put this out there, apply for TEDx's, apply for TED. You know, put that video out there, get the seed, because it's just, more people need to hear it.
Thank you.
So it's great.
Thank you so much.